Now, the last thing I want to point to is when you come back to the schedule, you'll see that there is a first day video. You probably clicked on this to watch this video. And then there is another link called orientation assignments. And if you click on that, again, it'll take you to the modules and you'll see that there's a few things here. It'll explain what the book is and what it looks like, how some information on how to buy the book. Over here, there's going to be information about the McGraw-Hill Connect so that you can register. And down here, you'll have the assignments for this week. Some of them are simple enough. They are just quick little connect videos and questions. This one you might have a little bit of a hard time with. Here you have to choose your section in the book. And so you can click on that and it'll give you a quick step-by-step, but I'm just going to show you here as well. So first, you're going to go to people. You're going to go to groups. Now, yours will look a little different from mine. For example, you won't have these tabs up here. You'll just have the group tab. And yours will also have a link right around here that says join. Now you're going to choose the sections of the book that you want to do, and you're going to click join. Now, this is not a group project. This is just how we're going to choose the sections that you're going to do. Now, I did mention that you have to choose 3 sections of the book to do a SciTalk video on. But one of the problems is that if you click on join in 2 groups that are from the same section, it will take you out of the first section that you chose for yourself. So you have to make sure that you choose from different groups. So you'll notice here that one of them says second SciTalk. Well, that means that if you join this one, you can't choose anything else that says second SciTalk. You have to scroll down, okay? Mine has tabs, but remember yours won't. And find a group that says something different. This one says first SciTalk. So that means that if you click join here, it won't take you out of the second SciTalk group that you already chose. And the same thing is going to be true for the last SciTalk. Um, you're going to choose one from this group as well. That's all you have to do for this week. You don't have to go in and do them. We'll start on that next week. The next thing you'll do is your introduction Flipgrid. You'll click on that and you'll notice that there are some directions here. It says to introduce yourself, and then 2 of these other prompts that you can talk about. The introduction doesn't have to be long. It might be a minute. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, but you actually have up to 10 minutes. But it doesn't have to be that long. So I'm going to do this a little bit different. Instead of connecting Flipgrid directly to Canvas, I just gave you the link. And so when you click on that link, it will take you to Flipgrid. Now, you will have to log in with your Flipgrid account. If you don't have one, then you definitely want to make one. I definitely suggest that you use your Valencia email, but I'm going to use Google so you can see kind of the student version. Now, once you're here, you're going to make your Flipgrid. You're going to click record here. And once it loads, you can kind of, press record, change your backdrop, add different lenses, and you should be able to write on the screen as well as put stickers and just play on it to see if there's anything that you would like to use. For the introduction, none of that is really necessary because you're just doing an introduction, but you will use Flipgrid for a couple of the assignments later on. And for those, it will be necessary for you to be able to write something or pull up an image that you can use so that you can do what we call the SciTalks. Then there is the packet quiz. This is also just going to say, Did you download the packets? And you're going to click yes. And it might also ask you, did you choose your SciTalk sections? And you're just going to say yes. Obviously, download the packet, choose your sections because you're going to need that. But for the points, make sure that you click on yes. And this participation quiz, you have a while to do it. This is so you can make sure that you can open Respondus with your computer. And so it's better to figure out that you cannot open Respondus before you take the test. That way you can sort of figure out what you want to do in order to find a working computer for Respondus. Okay, and then you'll notice that there is a make a ticket in class. For every chapter, I'm going to give you some ticket, and the ticket is going to be a few questions that you have to answer from the book. And you want to have those done before you get to class, because these are the questions that I'm going to ask you directly in class. And so I'm going to call on you and ask you the question, and you're going to explain it to the class briefly. It's not a presentation. You just need to know what the vocab term is, what did the book say, maybe pull out a quote from the book. Very short, very simple, so that we can kind of communicate. And it'll also give you the ability, if you don't get something, to have a question to ask or to move forward the lecture in that way. All right, everyone. If you have any questions, write them down, bring them to class on the first day. You should feel free to email me. The easiest way to email me is through Canvas, going through the inbox. If you have an emergency, you should feel free to text me at my personal phone, but please only use this for emergencies.